Hello, I'm Elder, and this is the Open Debate. If you've been watching YouTube for any amount of time, I'm sure that you've seen the amount of shitposts and anti-SJW rhetoric that's been commonplace for quite some time. It was a good run, but if you haven't noticed, the fun's over. Well, depending on what you consider fun. But the days of effortlessly mocking SJW propaganda has certainly come to an end. Time to break out of that echo chamber. It seems as though after VidCon, a lot of the bigger YouTubers came to the realization that a lot of people were looking up to what they were doing. A lot of the younger generations look up to different leaders throughout the communities within the internet, and often aspire to portray the same type of behaviors as they see these individuals displaying. Now, I'm not trying to put anybody down. I feel as though there have been a lot of great comedians that have stepped up that happen to be very intelligent, and that's what I feel has been driving this quote-unquote skeptic community. If we want to make an actual change, we need to start engaging in conversation. It doesn't need to be publicized live for thousands of people to see, but if you truly hold these beliefs, educate yourself and talk to people. I get messages saying, I don't know how people would react if they knew how I really felt, and things like, my children think that I'm racist because I'm white. Honestly, the best way to wake somebody up is to have them question their own ideologies. Reflecting on why you believe the things you believe can make the difference between acquired knowledge and indoctrination. I'm very serious when I say I would have absolutely no problem sitting down with a self-proclaimed racist and having a discussion about race. You'll never make any change in a person if you ostracize them and send them to an echo chamber of their own beliefs. And in return, you become the bigot because you are intolerant to the views of the opposition. The only way to know for certain that your views are correct are to have them challenged. Anybody arguing for anything should have absolutely no problem engaging in conversation, because you should have a basic understanding of why you believe those things and why you feel that way. Often the approach to these topics can get very heated, and if you're passionate, you may go into every discussion on the offensive, trying to destroy the competition. So I follow Franchesca Ramsey on Twitter, and she posted a video of her speaking at VidCon. I must say, I disagree with her on a lot of things, but this one really hit home.
So what I'm hoping to impart to you all is that when it comes to issues that matter and making a real measurable difference, you don't always need an audience. Which is kind of ironic since I'm telling you this from a stage with a microphone and you are the audience, but go with me here. Social media has really thrived on drama from like the beginning, right? But right now it feels worse than ever. If you look on Twitter or you look on YouTube, you'll see people boasting about owning and pawnage and drag subtweets, reading people for filth and spilling tea. Point blank, drama drives clicks with a capital $sign. And full disclosure, I have been guilty of some of this myself. It is really easy to get wrapped up in. I swear I have probably spilt more tea than a Starbucks barista during an earthquake. When I got into it on Twitter with an extremely popular YouTuber who will remain nameless, I was all too happy to dig through all of their old YouTube videos and screen cap every racist thing they'd ever said. Because what can I say? I fucking love receipts. Now, disagreements are bound to happen, and some people need to get called out. But too often when these conversations happen online, a simple misunderstanding or even the most thoughtful critique turns into a performance. It's no longer about the issue or even the other person for that matter. It's all of a sudden about retweets and likes and views and shares, and things get really messy really quickly. And this has sadly become the new normal, especially on YouTube. Response videos, drama channels about drama channels, so-and-so exposed, not clickbait. Spoiler alert, it's all clickbait. And it's embarrassing. Clickbait will build an audience, but it doesn't necessarily build change. And I cannot tell you how many times I wish I could go back and call someone or send them an email or slide up in their DMs in order to squash an issue rather than dragging it out on my timeline. Sure, it takes more work, and you probably won't get any subscribers out of it, but if that relationship means anything to you, if that issue means something to you, I think it's actually worth it.
Obviously, links will be in the description, and I highly recommend checking out that one. It's good to remember that we're all human, and underneath all the superficial first world problems that we seem to get so upset over, we all have the same basic emotions, the same drive for happiness. If there was a disaster of cataclysmic proportions and we went into a state of emergency tomorrow, It wouldn't matter if the guy applying stitches to your child was brown, or if the girl that was offering you fresh water believed that everybody had the right to own guns. I'm not trying to say these issues don't directly impact our lives, as we don't live in a post-apocalyptic world and are fortunate enough to live in a place of luxury and comfort. What I am saying is to remember that these people that you're disagreeing with are your brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, grandparents, friends, and even if you've never met them before, these people are still connected to you through the basic nature of just being a human being. I find it so strange that in Western society we're so eager for human interaction, yet when we're walking down the street or into a store, we'll go to almost excessive lengths to avoid interacting with anybody that we don't know. So remember, it's not always about destroying the competition. Sometimes you just need to listen and question what the other person has to say. It's not always up to you to change someone's mind. Let them do that for themselves. Who knows, you may even realize what you had believed was wrong. Anything can happen. We basically live in a movie. I'd just like to say thank you for all the support that I've been getting so far. It's very much appreciated. Hopefully I'll be upgrading this potato here soon, but until then, that's what you got. I'm Elder with the Open Debate. Good luck.